So we have all seen music and movie stars join their voices in support of inclusiveness and tolerance, but it often doesn't extend to include tolerance of real political or social diversity of thought. This week, Governor Mike Huckabee, never shy about his Christian and conservative beliefs, earned a spot on the Country Music Association's Foundation Board, a nonprofit organization that helps to support music in schools. But within hours, the uproar began. Music executive Jason Owen led the charge, telling the CMA, quote, Huckabee uses language that has a profoundly negative impact upon young people all across this country, not to mention how harmful and damaging his deep involvement with the NRA is. What a shameful choice, he said. The governor resigned from the board to avoid causing, quote, unnecessary distraction to their work, and now he is speaking out in a new piece today that is titled Hate Wins. Governor Huckabee joins me now. Good to see you, Governor. You write beautifully in this letter about the impact of music on your life, and I would imagine that that was what led you to want to be part of this organization that helps to spread the arts to children who maybe wouldn't be able to enjoy them otherwise.
Absolutely, Martha. Without music as a child, I wouldn't be talking to you today. I'd be eking out a living, trying to pay rent on a little rent house in southern Arkansas. For me, this was about continuing something that I've been doing for decades, and that's using every means available to try to put musical instruments in the hands of kids in public schools. I did that as a governor. We created mandates for music and art education for every student K through 12. That's why I was invited on the board. It had nothing to do with my politics or my faith, and I didn't bring either one of those to the board, but obviously it made some people unhappy. This is the world we live in today, and it's unfortunate, but I don't want to be a distraction for the CMA Foundation. I'm going to continue to do everything I can to see that kids get musical instruments and that public schools offer music and the arts for every student in America, because it's life-changing.
You know, Mr. Owen, who's a music executive, basically took a lot of issue with your views on same-sex marriage and said that you had said hateful things about his same-sex marriage by saying negative things about same-sex marriage in general and the family that he is building. Do you have anything that you would want to say to him tonight about that?
He might be very surprised to know me. He doesn't know me, and I don't know him. And I don't have any hate or animosity toward him. I mean, why would I? I don't know him. And I'm sorry he feels that way. But I'm also sorry that our country is at a place where on the one arena where people ought to be able to get together, putting aside anything from race or ethnicity or religion or politics or the heritage or anything, that we could come together and celebrate that one part of life that civilizes us, which is the arts. And when we can't have that, then I fear that our civilization may not be long for this earth if that doesn't even civilize us a little more.
You know, I agree. I think that when single issues divide people, where it becomes a blockade to working together on any project, I think that that's a sad state of affairs. I think that there are sort of hot-button issues, and if you don't line up with people on them, or some people on them, they're going to drive you out of town, essentially, and that's exactly what happened to you. But there are people, I would imagine, who will be on your side of this equation, since a lot of people do agree with you about traditional marriage, and they may be less likely to support this foundation because of what happened.
And that would be the real tragedy. This shouldn't be about my views on marriage, which are biblical and traditional. It shouldn't be about my politics, which are conservative. It should be about kids getting musical instruments. That's all this was ever about for me. And that's why it's just painful to me. But there's a new maxim today, Martha, that if you want to disagree with someone, rather than respectfully disagreeing, sitting down, having a conversation, maybe not walking away with a different view, but at least an understanding, today it's let's go after that person personally. Let's try to destroy their livelihood. If they own a store, let's shut them down. And that's not how we make progress in America. There are people who very strongly disagree with positions I have. Fine, this is America. They're welcome to do it. But I don't want to hate anybody over this. I don't want to hurt anybody over this. And I'm sorry that some people feel that those are the weapons of choice when it comes to how to have a disagreement with someone on anything.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have people with truly diverse views, especially on boards, because then you get a lot of different thinking that goes into the decisions that are made and all of that. So I think it's too bad for this foundation. Governor Huckabee, good to see you tonight. Thanks for sharing your story with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Martha. Great to talk to you.